All right, so today's topic is reading skills enhancement. As the name implies, our aim, our objective is to improve our reading prowess. The problem is, in the past, reading used to be an easy exam. So if I'm going to put it in its level of difficulty, listening is the easiest, speaking comes next, reading and writing are the most difficult kinds of exam. Well, there are a couple of reasons attributed to why writing is the most difficult, primarily because instead of just hunting for answers, choosing letters A, B, or C, you have to generate ideas. So tomorrow's topic will be writing. So I want to cut myself off hyping how difficult writing is because that will be tomorrow for tomorrow's agenda. But now I would like to focus specifically in the reading subtest. And to answer the question, why is it becoming difficult? Because number one, Filipinos don't like reading.
Yes.
Diba? Alam namang mahilig magbasa sa atin eh, putang ina eh. Bubuisit na ako sa totoo lang. Na, lahat ng kababayan nyo, kamag-anak nyo, sarili nyo mismo, bawal lumiko, bawal mag-parking, bawal magtapon ng basura, doon magpa-park, doon ang titigas ang ulo natin. No? So, karamihan po sa pagkakamali natin when it comes to why are we not getting band scores enough for our visa application is due to our fault. Because we don't read enough. Okay? It's not in our culture. Bakit sa Pilipinas ang taas ng listening score natin? Kasi mga chismoso-chismosa tayo, mahilig tayo makinig, no? Sa mga nangyayari sa bagay-bagay. So in the past, reading used to be not a problem. It was not a problem at all. But quite currently, ang dami ko nakikita na makaka 7.5 sa listening, nakaka 7 sa speaking, which is very impressive, 6 sa writing, which is common, and then 5 sa reading. Like, what happened? Writing was supposed to be more difficult than reading. How come that people are struggling with reading? So it's starting to creep its way through. Na nagiging na siya talagang problema. Kumbaga sa anay, dati hindi naman natin siya masyadong napapansin. Pagkita mo, butas na pala, no? It's too late. Haligi na yung naanay. So, I would like to put that misconception, I would like to put that problem into rest. I would like to give solution to that problem. So not only we want to enhance our skills because there are some of you who just enrolled here and I want you to acquire skills first. Like, what are the things you have to get? What are the skill set you have to acquire prior to the reading test? So before we jump right into the test, before we jump right into the discussion, first, you have to understand that there are two kinds of reading. We have the academic and we have the GT. Okay? So we have the academic and we have the GT. Now, who are the academic test takers? Those who will be applying for the academic module are the ones who are applying for professional working visa. Let's say I am a nurse and I would like to practice my profession as a nurse in the UK, I have to undergo the academic module. Simple as that. If I'm an engineer, same goes. If I'm a teacher, same goes like that. So if it's a 4-year course and you want to practice that course of yours abroad, you take the academic module. For GT, eto na yung iba, mga others, no? Spouse visa, fiancé visa, mga petisyon, no? Kinuha ni nanay, kinuha ni tatay, wag sa heaven ha, sa ibang bansa lang pupunta, okay? What else? Skilled work, machine operator, meat cutter, driver, factory worker, carpenter, no? Agriculture, no? So yun po si GT.
Sorry, pag ang ano mo is managerial position dun sa pinapay mo, it's academic or GT?
I believe that falls under academic. Kasi if it's managerial position, well, again, I'm not a thorough expert when it comes to visa and law. regarding that. Kaya nga meron tayong mga visa experts, mga immigration lawyers. Kasi ako, ang expertise ko talaga is to teach you English. But it so happens na even in Canada, same yung course, magkaibang university, magkaibang province, may isang ACAD, may isang GT. Isang parehas na bansa na yun. So ang tatanungin mo dyan, isang employer, what would you accept? If you will accept GT, but the law doesn't permit you na GT lang yun, unfortunately, you have to take academic pa. So the first thing you need to do is to clarify. Sa mga students naman dyan, communicate with your registrar. Kasi the good news about registrars abroad, particularly in Canada, in the UK, in America, is that they respond to emails well. Nag-respond sila sa mga emails. So if may problem ka doon, contact them. No? So we have to sort first. Which module do you fall into? Are you academic? Are you GT? So you have to understand that first. Kasi nga, reading and writing task 1 are the main differences of your test. Ang parehas ang ACAD at GT, listening. Writing task 2, yung bukas kong lecture, at saka speaking. So magkakaiba lang yan sa reading at writing task 1. So ano ba ang pinagkaiba ng reading ng ACAD at GT? Yun po ang ating aalamin sa klase nito. Okay? Alright. So second exam, in the actual test, we do listening first, then reading, then writing. And take note that there are no break given in between tests. That's why when we subject you to practices like your mock exams, we also encourage you guys to take the test the same way how the actual test goes. Kasi ganun siya eh. Di ba? And by the way, I would like to highlight, once again, I would like to hype your mock tests. Kasi our CEO, Sir Irvin, spent $500,000 pesos just to imitate the UI of your mock exams. And to tell you frankly, they are past exam questions. Literally, the past exams. So, honestly, if you will get 5 in your mock, and your target is 6, you're still 1 point away from your target. So, magandang way yun to gauge whether you are already prepared or hindi pa. Kasi, kahit mag-iiyak ka dyan, ang target mo ay 7, 3 beses ka nakaka-6, kahit maghimala, hindi po natin magagawa yun. Ibig sabihin lang, tinutukoy lang ng mock na it's a diagnostic test. Which level of expertise you are at right now? Nasaan ka ngayon? Nasa 5. Ang target mo sa is. Practice ka pa. Yun pong ibig sabihin na. Okay? So let us also remember that I used to have students who started at 4, even 4 sa listening, 3 sa reading, pero naka-9 after 3 months of preparation. Naka-8 after 2 months of preparation. We have to remember that we grow differently. Merong iba, nag-mock ngayon, naka-7, naka-8 na agad. Ikaw na gifted. Eh, yun siya eh. Di ba? Siya yun eh. Huwag ba kumpare sarili mo sa iba? Kasi, that's the thief of joy eh. Alright? Iba-iba tayo eh. Eh kung ako, ganun talaga ako, wala kang magagawa. Pinanganak akong gifted sa ganun. Eh ikaw, kailangan mo siyang pagprosigihan. Di ba? Kailangan mo mag-practice, hard work. If you have no talent, hard work, bawi ka dun. So, yun yung mga natututo. Even though you grow 0.5 every week, walang masama dun. Like 4 ka ngayon, next week 4.5 ka na, the following week 5 ka na. That's still growth. That's still something worth celebrating. Remember that, okay? Alright. That's your mock. Your mock is conducted every Tuesday and Thursday. Bakit di ka pwede mag-mock ngayon? Bakit di ka pwede mag-mock bukas? Bakit di ka pwede mag-mock ng linggo? Unang-una, pakialam mo ba? No? Charot lang. Unang-una, exam kasi pag Sabado at Linggo. Pangalawa, hindi naman puro practice lang. Kailangan namin kayong turuan. Simple lang eh. Parang pinagkakarera ko kayo. No? That's a competition. Pinasakay ko kayo sa race car. May iba sa inyo hindi marunong mag-drive. Pero sinama ko kayo sa karera. Di ba? Just for you to feel, ito pala yung manibela, ito pala yung preno, ito pala yung accelerator, ito pala yung gear. Ngayon, tuturuan na namin kayo para saan ito, paano yung gagawin mo pag na-encounter mo to. And eventually, try mo siya pa unti-unti. Usad-usad ka na, nagigets niya. Okay? That's how it should go. May iba naman, dahil batak na sila sa driving, like, let us remember na yung mga student tayo dito, darating, doktor na, darating, piloto na, darating, academic background, graduate ng Ateneo, kasi hindi naman nagtatagalog ng mga estudyante doon. So naturally, they are more academically inclined to pass the IELTS. So, may iba tayo ng demographic profile. Huh? So yan. In the past, they provide booklets. But your test now has evolved. We no longer have the pen and paper-based exams. There's only the computer-based test. Huh? Well, how times have changed. How times have changed. So, anong pinagkaiba ni ACAD at GT? Both of them have 40 points, 40 items. No? Out of the 40 items sa ACAD, pag naka-30 ka, equivalent na yan sa 7. Kapag naman GT, para maka-7 ka, kailangan maka-34. Fewer mistakes dapat. Wala. Mas mahirap pala yung GT. Hindi po. No? That's actually misconception by a lot of people. Just because you have to acquire more points, it doesn't mean that it's difficult. I can compare GT and ACAD to elementary and college level. Mas maraming ang puntos yung kailangan mong kunin sa GT. Mas madali naman yung exam niya. Like, I encountered a test once tungkol ito sa rice cooker. May rice cooker A, B, C, D, E. Tapos ang tanong, anong rice cooker yung nakakapag-cook ng brown rice? So hanapin mo lang, brown. Diba? Pakita ko. Time first lang ha. Time. Saglit lang to. Pakita ko lang. Meron pa siyang mga kulay eh. Meron pa siyang drawing.
Kung ang apply mo is school board, yung ba sa school board?
Okay. Pakita ko lang po sa ating video. Ba ang aking ano? Yan. Yan. So, hello, ano? So, gaano ba kadali si GT? Like ito, meron akong sample na exam. Nakalagay dyan, rice cooker. So, ko lang makita niya. Na. Tapos, nakalagay sa question 1, na-scroll ko lang. Bukasan natin yung brightness para makita dyan. Na. Question number 7, the handles are at the side are hard to use. Ano daw dun yung mahirap hawakan yung side? So, sabi dito sa A, separate glass, handle on the lid stays cool. Okay naman. B, Aluminum interior, it's programmed to adjust. Hindi naman. C, flip top, rice cooker, deal for cooking for one. Does not have any handles. Meron siyang handle. Ang hinahanap natin yung hard to use na handle. Ayan, must be manually selected and the handles are tricky to grip. So letter D, that's your VPN rice cooker. Di ba, ang dali? Ganun lang. Tapos, doon sa pangalawang tanong, it cooks brown rice without making a mess. So sabi dito sa E, walang nakitang brown. Sabi dyan, not spitting or boiling or over even when cooking brown rice. So si E, consider ko siya as an answer. Si D, walang nabanggit na brown rice. Si C, walang nabanggit. No, may nabanggit. Overflows when cooking brown rice. Ang hinahanap natin is nakakapagluto ng brown rice without making a mess. Diba? Si B, meron ding nabanggit. Sorry, wala. Si A, may nabanggit. Spit when cooking brown rice. So naturally, we have to go with letter E. Not spitting or boiling over even when cooking brown rice. Ang tanong kasi, it cooks brown rice without making a mess. Ganun kadali si GT. Just have to match it to the description. Yung mga picture pa yan. So kaya nga, mga GT, mga pinagpalayan, mga akad, pagpasensyahan nyo na kung bakit pag nakikita nyo sila, ang susungit nila. Kasi ang hirap po ng exam nila. Sipin nyo passage number 1 about computer parts. Like putya, nurse ako. Tanong sa akin, computer parts. Passage 2 about polar bears. Anong alam ko doon? Passage 3 about outer space. Ganun ang mga tanong sa kanila. Dito, mga uri ng halaman, uri ng brown rice. Ganun kadali si GT. Di ba? So, you have to be thankful. Ibig sabihin po, gusto ko lang maipakita sa inyo, that in GT, although you have to acquire more points, the answers can easily be found. While in academic, you only have to get fewer points. But the catch is that you have to go through hell to get one item correct. Totoo po yan. Okay? So, more difficult versus easier content. Both exams last for 1 hour. Remember, you are not given extra time after the hour allotted for the test to transfer your answers. Therefore, as soon as you get your answer, type them, write them down, interact with your answer already. Kasi in the past, sinusulat natin yan sa separate answer sheet And this time around, kung sa answer mo, dadrag mo siya, i-click mo siya using your mouse, i-mix and match mo siya, i-click mo yung mga bullets, no? I can explain, I can tell you a story. Ganito mo gagamitin yung mouse, ganito mo siya i-click. I can tell you that story for how long you want. But nothing beats the first-hand experience. So please, maranasan niyo po sana na mag-exam through mock exams. Again, meron na namang mga aalma. Paano mo? Punta pa kami dyan. Mag-exam pa kami dyan. Diyan ka na lang sa bahay mo. Pwede naman. Online naman po yun. Okay? Bakit ba namin kasi kayo pinipilit na dito kayo mag-practice ng mock? Kasi putya, dito rin kayo mag-i-exam Kung gusto nyo Kasi pwede kayo mag-exam sa Pampanga. Pwede kayo mag-exam sa Manila. Pwede kayo mag-exam sa Pangasinan. Pwede kayo mag-exam sa Baguio. Ba't lalayo ka pa? Meron naman dito. Diba? No. Pwede ka mag-exam dito. Dito ka na nagpa-practice. Abay, grabe. Sobrang home court advantage na Wala ka nang ka-anxiety kasi sanay na sanay ka na dito sa lugar na to. Hindi mo na feeling na nagtetest ka. Kasi anxiety is fear of the unknown. You get to be afraid onto something that you haven't experienced yet. But once you get exposed to it, often, di ba, becomes easier for you to adapt. That's what we're trying you guys to. That's what we're trying to expose you guys yourselves into. So, lahat ng yan is tailor fit para ika-improve nyo. Hindi po dahil lang gusto namin kayong papuntahin dito at namamahinga ka dyan sa bahay mo, nakadikwato ka, di ka pa naliligo, nagsusum ka dyan. Hindi po dahil doon. Meron po mga dahilan kung bakit. Remember, different test-taking strategy from the other exams and your test-taking stamina could be depleted here. Remember, that writing is still the most difficult test. Writing is still the king. Tomorrow, malalaman niyo kung bakit. Kaya, you have to save your stamina. We don't want to be dizzy during your reading test because we are saving some of our energy for later. So, anong difference niya with the computer test? Well, you now have the ability to highlight the sentences from the passage by left-clicking and dragging. It allows you to easily compare and contrast and makes the referencing easier. So I'll be showing you this video that compares computer-based and pen and paper-based tests and also how we deal with the computer-based test. So panoorin po natin. Exactly how we manage the computer-based test. Again, we no longer have the pen and paper based in the Philippines as of the moment. Na-abolish na siya, na-obsolete na siya. If you really want to take the pen and paper based test though, if I'm not mistaken, sa mga countries like Peru, meron pa. But it's only up until December 2026. I-phase out na talaga nila ang pen and paper based. How times have changed. Kasi dati puro pen and paper at tinuturo namin. Ngayon puro computer based na. So, we don't have a choice though. Alright? Most important skill is taking down notes or highlighting. But, huwag ka masyadong mag-i-enjoy kaka-highlight ha. Kasi hindi considered as answer yan. Punong-puno ka man ng highlight, punong-puno ka man ng note. Nag-time is up. 1 to 26 lang ang nasagutan mo. Yung 27 to 40, puro notes lang. Hindi pa rin siya makakwalify as answer. So, sir, gaano po ba kabilis kami dapat magsagot? That's the real deal. 40 items, 60 minutes, kailangan mo ng 1 minute, 30 seconds per item. Ganun po dapat kabilis. Di ba? Okay. Huwag naman masyadong preoccupied sa time na kada tingin mo ng oras nag-hyperventilate ka. Kailangan, ang timing mo dyan, kung akad ka, for example, 1 to 12, 1 to 13, if that's your part 1, 20 minutes ka doon. So, kung naka 18 minutes ka, natapos mo yung part 1, 1 to 12, it means you're going about the exact phase we're looking for. Sakto yung bilis mo doon. Kung medyo na fall behind ka, you have to do it quicker. Okay? Remember that both ACAD and GT exams, as your exam progresses, the difficulty level increases. Papahirap yan habang papatapos. So, don't get too cocky. Sa umpisa, talagang madali yan. So, pag nasa dulo ka na, hihirap po yan talaga. Okay, example natin, kasi you will not be seeing the exact same words from the question in the passage. Babago-baguhin nila yung mga words dyan. So, for example, nakita mo sa question number 8, the respiratory system functions as which gases? But in the passage, it says, main responsibility of the respiratory system is to exchange substances. They mean the same thing, but the words are now different. Ang tawag natin doon ay paraphrasing. So always understand the meaning, always understand the context, and not word for word. Because if you're going to search word for word, you're going to have a bad time. Mababad trip ka talaga dyan kasi hindi na po sila ang makikita mo. Let's say, si surroundings, nakita mo sa question. Environment na yung nakita mo sa passage. So it's a completely different term na that they use. So, please be guided accordingly. So these are the types of questions that we encounter on the test. Summary completion, this is very easy to handle. Kasi, ganito yan. Yung passage, kumbaga, yun yung tatay diba? Yung summary, yun yung anak. Naturally, kamukha ng tatay yung anak. Tama ko ba? Tapos, may mga kulang na parts doon. Diba? So you just have to get those missing parts from the main thing, from the passage itself. So you just have to follow it through. Now, matching headings to paragraphs is difficult because we are prompted to read entire paragraphs here. And identifying the writer's views, your true, false, not given is perhaps the most challenging part of your reading test. Kaya dun po mapupunta ang isa't kalahating oras ng aking discussion ngayon. How to manage your true, false, not given. Kasi at the end of the day, multiple choice is easy. May question dyan about shark's fin. How sharks live? How long is a great white shark, something like that. 1.2 cm, 1.2 meter, 1.2 kilometer. Like po siya, kahit di ko basahin yan, alam kong 1.2 meter yun. Like wala namang 1.2 cm na shark. So, anong 1.2 kilometer na shark? 1.2 meters the answer. So, ganun kadali si multiple choice. Di ba? I'm not saying, huwag mo nang basahin, huwag ka nang kumuha ng info about the passage. All I'm trying to say is that in comparison to true, false, not given, yes, no, not given, and matching headings to paragraphs, multiple choice is downright easier. Okay? So, ito po yung mga types of tests pa natin. So, in the test, we read the question first, we read the passage next, and we find the answer to the question, thinking about your timing. However, kung matching headings to paragraphs yan, bina-violate natin yung ating rule. Ulitin ko lang po babasahin muna ang tanong. From the question, hahanap tayo ng clue word, yung keyword. From the keyword we identified, punta tayo sa passage. Tulad nung kanina, brown rice yung nakita kong keyword. Hindi ko na kailangan basahin si A. Nakita niyo ginawa ko? Hindi ko na kailangan basahin si A, si C, at saka si D. Dahil nabanggit lang ang brown rice sa F, sa B, at saka sa G. No? From there, na-narrow down ko, natipid ko yung oras, hindi ko na siya kailangan basahin lahat. Nagkakaintindihan po. No? That is the proper format. That's a proper technique. Question muna, hanap keyword, from the keyword, hanapin sa passage. Para mas mabilis kang makakita ng sagot. The problem is, hindi yun ang ginagawa natin sa matching headings to the paragraph. It's completely different thing. So siya lang po ang nag-iisa na iba ang technique. We read the paragraphs first. And then we partner it to the passage. Simple lang po kasi. Sige, drawing ko lang para makita nyo. Kung ang exam mo, meron kang 7 paragraphs, si 1. Teka, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yan yung questions mo. Tapos, meron ka ring 7 heading, di ba? Si A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yan. Pagkatapat-tapatin lang yan. Di ba? Bawa, si 1, B ang sagot mo. Nagigets mo siya? Si 2 naman, si F. Si 3, A. Si 4, C. Si 5, G. Si 6, E. Si 7, D. O, ganyan lang kakalabasan yan. Ganun lang pong kasimple, no? But the problem is, what if may 10 headings dyan? Diba? Meron kang H, I, J, yun po yung panggulo, yung bluff, yung joker, that have similar fields to B, to D, at saka kay A. So, proper answers talaga sila, pero nanggugulo lang sila eh. Again, pwedeng ang panggulo ay si D, nagigets niya siya, random yan, no? Pwedeng ang panggulo natin ay si C. So, para maiwasan natin na makagawa ng improper prompting narrative na si 1 ay si B talaga, we read the paragraphs first. That is my tip. Okay? So, pakita ko siya sa inyo in action. Ito po ang sample passage ng isang academic exam. Diba? It's about research to time. Diba? Tungkol sa oras. Ang haba, di ba? Ang sakit sa ulo. Unang tingin pa lang. Ganyan po ang mga pinagdadaanan ng mga kapatid nating academic. Kaya pagpasensyahan nyo na kung bakit ang susungit ng itsura nila. Papasok sila dito na fresh. Paglabas nila dito para silang mabubulok na patatas. Ganun na itsura nila. Ano? Talagang stress na sila. Kasi po ganyan po yung kailangan nilang pagdaanan eh. So hindi natin sila masisisi. So yan. Actually, mas mahirap pa nga to kasi may 6 tayo na questions, may 10 tayong paragraph, may 4 tayong bluff dyan. Diba? So, ang taas ng fail rate because of that. So, ang gagawin natin, sabi sa question 1, paragraph B. So, anong gagawin ko po? Babasahin ko muna si paragraph B. Back in the 1950s, anthropologist Edward T. Hall described how the social rules of time are like a silent language for a given culture. These rules might not always be made explicit, he stated, but they exist in the air. He describes how variations in the perception of time can lead to misunderstandings between people from separate cultures. An ambassador who has been kept waiting by a foreign visitor needs to understand that if his visitor just mutters an apology, this is not necessarily an insult. Hall wrote, You must know the social rules of the country to know at what point apologies are really due. So the question is, wala akong naiintindihan sa binasa ko. It's okay. What we're looking for here is that what are the usual words that saturate this paragraph? O una-unahin natin, ano ba yung mga words na madalas lumabas? Culture, rules, di ba? Social rules, culture, time, misunderstandings, social rules. So, puro sir, dun umiikot eh. So, kung isa-summarize ko siya, so this is about people's understanding ng social construct ng time para maiwasan ang misunderstanding. Okay? So, ang binasa ko ba ay 1, time and technological development? Hindi. Nagigets ako kung paano ko siya sinasagatan? Ganun. Isa ba siyang problem for those researching attitudes to time? Wala naman ako nabanggit na problema kami sa demographic, blah, blah, blah. Wala. Learning the loss of time for intercultural understanding. Well, I think this rings a bell. Okay? So, consider ko siya. Kasi, tingnan nyo ha, law ay rules. Tama ba? Rules of time. Intercultural, culture. Misunderstanding, understanding. Diba? So, time and individual psychology, hindi. Comparing the value of time for different groups of workers, no. Research and conclusion, hindi. The history of time measurement, kung history of time measurement yan, dapat in the past, people used the sunrise and sunset to tell time. But now, we use our smartwatches. So, wala namang ganun eh. So, hindi siya yon. Attitudes to time and authority across cultural relationships. Sir, pwede kong i-consider to kasi may ambassador, tapos cross-cultural relationship. Well, wala na bang binanggit ng difference ang ambassador ng Europe at ambassador ng Asia. So, mamaya, mapapakita ko sa inyo, kailan natin isasagot si 8. Na? So, for now, we can all agree that number 3 is the perfect answer for B. So, item number 1, Roman numeral number 3, or learning the loss of time for intercultural understanding. Tuloy. Social psychologist Robert V. Levine says one of the beauties of studying time is that it's a wonderful window on culture. Pucha, culture na naman. No? You get answers on what cultures value and believe in. Levine and his colleagues have conducted so-called Pace of Life studies in 31 countries. In a Geography of Time published in 1997, Levine describes how he ranked the countries by measuring 3 things. Walking speed on urban sidewalks, how quickly postal clerks could fulfill a request for a common stamp, and the accuracy of public clocks. From the data he collected, he concluded the 5 fastest-paced countries are Switzerland, Ireland, Germany, Japan, and Italy, and the 5 slowest are Syria, El Salvador, Brazil, Indonesia, and Mexico. So, kung tatagalogin ko sa inyo, si letter C, nag-study daw si Robert Levine para alamin ang bilis o bagal ng iba't ibang bansa. Base sa 3 bagay. Gaano sila kabilis maglakad, yung postal clerks, gaano sila kabilis sumunod sa demand, at gaano ka-accurate yung public clocks nila. Alright? So, time and technological development, hindi. A problem for those researching attitude to time. May research, pero hindi ito tungkol sa attitude sa time. During the loss taken, time and individual psychology, hindi. Comparing the value of time for different groups of workers. May kinumpare na value ng time, pero isang worker lang to eh, yung postal clerks. Hindi naman kinumpara yung time ng CEO sa time ng employee. So, hindi ito. Research and conclusions on the speed different nationalities live at. May research ba siyang ginawa? Yes. Meron ba siyang conclusion? Yes. Sabi nga niya, from the data he collected, he concluded that there are 5 fastest and 5 slowest countries. So, ang sagot natin dyan ay Roman numeral number 6. Ganon. Okay. So, sir, kailan natin isasagot yung 8? Sabi mo, pangako mo siya. O, basahin ko. Kevin Burth on Anthropology and Examined Time Perceptions in Trinidad. In that country, Burth observes, if you are meeting friends at 6 at night, people show up 6:45 or 7 and say, anytime is Trinidad time. Parang Pilipinas lang, di ba? Nag-usap kayo 4, 6:30 na sila dumarating. And now, when it comes to business, however, that loose approach works only for the people with power. A boss can show up late and just say, anytime is Trinidad time. But those under him are expected to be on time. Burth adds that the connection between power and waiting time is true for many other cultures as well. So, doon natin isasagot si 8, na attitudes to time and authority across cultural relationships. Kuha po. Okay. O, ganun po yan. Yun po si matching headings to paragraph. Kanina, di ba, pinakita natin yung rice cooker. Mamaya, practicein natin yon. Yun lang. Yun po si matching headings sa paragraph. Malinaw? Okay. So, siya po yung pangalawa sa pinakamahirap na uri ng exam sa IELTS. Wala na akong pakialam sa mga multiple choice, kayang-kaya, napakadali. Pero si true, false, not given, si matching headings sa paragraph, yan po ang mga tinik sa ating pag-iibang bansa. Totoo yan. Okay, kung kayo man po ay nag-practice ng mock, malamang sa malamang, first time nyo nag-mock, wala kang tinama dyan. Totoo po, sa true, false, not given. Dahil yan po talaga ang pinakamahirap. Kasi, imagine nyo may 200,000 test takers sa isang taon. British Council pa lang yan. Multiply mo siya sa 15,000 pesos per person. Magkano yan? That's roughly 2.5 billion pesos. Buti na nga lang, hindi pa nakikita ng gobyerno na pwede nilang pagkakitaan itong IELTS. 2.5 billion. Paano kung dahil sa true, false, not given, yung target mong 7 naging 6.5? Anong gagawin? Magte-take. So yung 200,000, mag-take ka, di ba? Yung 200,000 test takers, magiging 250,000 test takers. Just because true, false, not given is difficult. Masaya ba ang mga examiners doon? Oo. Kaya ito pang lito nila. Ito pang payaman nila. That's another 900 million pesos. Sino yumaman? Sila. Sino nag-retake? Ikaw. Pwede naman palang one take lang. Okay? So, when do we answer true? So, makinig muna ha. We answer true if there is accuracy between the passage and the question. Even though words will be changed, but if their meaning corresponds to one another with great accuracy, again, ulitin ko yung word na accuracy, we answer true. Diba? Pag may slight na difference dyan, kahit gaano pa ka-slight, for example, ang sabi, 1.11. Sabi dito, 1.12. Hindi mo na ako consider si true. Malinaw? Yun po yung tinatawag na accuracy. Down to the last decimal. Dapat magtugma silang dalawa. So in this case, in the world today, there are at least 1 million students learning English abroad. Meaning, may mahigit daw 1 milyon na nag-aaral ng English sa ibang bansa. The passage says there are more than 1 million students studying the English language in another country. Another country abroad. Learning English, studying English. So, nag-match ba sila? Yes. With great accuracy? Yes. Anong symbol natin? Equal sign. That's when you answer true. At tandaan nyo po, si true ay bihirang lumabas. Hindi ko sinasabing hindi siya lalabas. Hindi lang siya mas malabas as compared dun sa dalawa. Because, madali si true. Tama ba? Ang dali na. Yun lang siya. Okay? To tell you honestly, tayo pong mga Pilipino, batak tayo sa true or false. Kapag nga nagpa-quiz ng teacher, tinanong, ano gusto niyong quiz? True or false na lang po. Kasi dalawa 50-50% chance. Tama ba? 50% yan 50-50 yan Pwede kang tama, pwede kang mali. Ganun lang po yan kasimple. What's wrong with true, false, not given? Bakit ang hirap? The presence of not given tipped the equation. Instead of 50-50 ang labanan, naging 33.33 siya. Kasi nahati pa yung isa. So, 33% chance mong tumama, 66% chance mong magkamali. Kaya ang dami nagkakamali sa true, false, not given. Clear? Okay. So, first, we understand true. My question is, do you understand true? Do you understand when to answer true? Alam na po kung paano isagot si true. Ganun lang po. No? Kinumpare, parehas na parehas, down to the last decimal, accurate, pinalitan lang ng words, isa ibig sabihin, true ka. Tapos, wala nang paligoy-ligoy. Hindi natin kailangan mag-aksaya ng oras, mag-overthink. Kung true ang sagot, true talaga yan. Wala nang mababago dyan. Okay? Punta tayo sa false. When do we answer false? So, to put it simply, false isn't just the opposite of true. False, in this case, represents the question with inaccuracy. Ulitin ko ha, inaccuracy. Ibig sabihin, nabanggit yung point, nabanggit yung idea sa question, it is stated differently sa passage. Okay, gusto ko lang i-clarify yan. In the world today, there are at least 1 million students. So more than. Sabi sa passage, there are no more than 1 million. Less than. So ang gagawin mo dyan, eto ha, makinig. The first thing that you have to do is to tell yourself, eliminate true from the equation. Clear? May nakita ka, teka lang, di sila tugma, di sila pantay. Unang-unang mong gagawin, true, hindi ka na pwede. Alis ka na. So ano na? 50-50% chance na naman tayo. Okay? Even if there's a slight discrepancy, a minimal change, no? Tell yourself that I will no longer consider true. I will remove true from the equation. It's now a battle between false and not even. Why false? Okay? Because, take a look at this. Less than and more than are opposite of one another. Right? So, pag nakakita ka ng mga up, down, it doesn't have to be antonyms. It doesn't have to be complete antonyms. Na, ang sabi sa question, north. Ang sabi sa passage, west. Eh, ang antonym ng north eh south eh. Di ba? So, kukonsider mo ba si false? Yes pa din. False ka pa din. Kasi nga, even though hindi siya direct opposite, different naman yung ginamit na term. Kuha po? Okay? So, ang symbol niyan ay ito. It's not the same. So, si false, the idea from the question is not the same from the idea of the passage. Clear? Sabi sa question, blue. Sabi sa passage, red. First step, tanggalin si true. Red is not equal to blue. It's not the same. False is the answer. Yan lang pong kasimple yan. Kuha. So, friends, tapos enemies. Yung friends sa question, naging cousins sa passage. O kahit hindi opposite ang friends at cousins, because they are not the same. Friends and cousins are not the same. False is the answer. Clear? O, nakalagay sa question, water. Nakalagay sa passage, juice. False, because they're not the same. Kuha nyo? Okay. So, proximity to home, not the same as economic factors. The answer is false. And we have another kind of false. We call this the missing info. People, you have to listen to this very carefully. Kasi, merong kaparehong ganito, si not even. So we have to understand where is the missing info coming from. Okay? So, pakita ko lang. The lab card shows the student's name and number. How many pieces of information was mentioned? 2. The lab card shows student's name, course, and number. How many pieces of information was mentioned? 3. Now, this is what you tell yourself. Wait! Ano nang gagawin? Remove true from the equation. It's now going to be a battle between false and not given. Silang dalawa na lang magda-battle sa finals, ano? Okay. Now, bakit ito false? Kasi you have to understand that the passage, no? Ulitin ko lang, ano? The passage is the real thing. Yung question, statement lang siya na kailangan mong evaluate how close it is to the real thing. So, kailangan may name ka daw, may course ka, at may number. Eh, ang sabi sa question, name and number lang. Walang course. Meaning, the statement from the question is not absolutely correct because it's not complete. Tama ba? It's not complete. And if it is not absolutely correct, it only means one thing. The statement is false. Kuha? Yun po ang mahabang paliwanag. So, naiintindihan nyo na kung bakit siya false. So, ngayon may shortcut. Kasi tao lang tayo eh. Tanda na tayo, di ba? Birthday ng pinsan mo, nakakalimutan mo na. Kailan ka gumraduate, kailan ka pinanganak. Minsan, nakalimutan mo na yung taon. Kasi yung utak natin, ilang MB nilang natitira dyan. Okay? Marami kang kailangan tandaan. So, para sa mas madaling pag-remember ng false at not given, kulang, question, sobra, passage, false. Ganun na po siyang kadali. Hello. Yes, good morning. Bye. Saan? Baka yung ina-attach dun sa may concentrator. Hindi, magpakita ka mo ng picture. Pakita mo yung mga picture. Para makita ng klaro. Sige. Nakuha? Gets? Okay. Ilan na participants natin? Uy, 13 tayo. Shoutout nga pala sa ating 12 participants. Si AJ, si Angel, si Angela, si Christian, si Elaine, si John, si Miles, si Reynalyn, si Ryan, si Valerie, si Virjun, tsaka si Zaisro. Mamaya po magkakaroon tayo ng game, no? Sasagot po kayo dito sa aking mga questions at lalabanan natin yung mga nasa branch. Tingnan natin kung sino mas magaling, nasa branch o nasa Zoom. Okay? So, questions po sa false. So, may dalawa tayong uri ng false. Not the same, at saka, kulang question, sobra passage. Then, let's go to not given. Po kasing buwaka ng emission na to, napakahirap. Ito yung pahirap sa buhay natin, it's not given. Okay, I just want to clarify that. Not given is the reason why true or false not given is difficult. So first, bakit siya mahirap? Kasi may hinahanap ka dyan, wala naman nakasulat eh. Diba? O, ito yung first version ng not given. Yung opposite ng second version ng false natin. The lab card shows student's name, 1, course, 2, number, and year level. Ilan yon? 4 pieces of information. The lab card shows student's name, course, and number. How many? 3 pieces of information. Unang-una mong gagawin dyan, remove true from the equation. Ano na lang magkalaban? False at not given. Now, bakit ito not given? I-highlight ko yung year level. Okay? Alin po dyan yung nagko-contain ng absolute fact? Yung passage. Tama, okay? Si question is, we just have to compare its, we just have to validate its truthfulness. Kung anong level siya doon. Ngayon, si year level is missing. Yeah, missing. Look at the word I'm using. Missing. Not mentioned. Not included. It means it's not given. Clear? Okay. Gusto mong tandaan yung mahaba na yon? Ayaw, mahirap. Oh, paano mo siya shortcutin? Sobra question. Kulang passage. Not given. Shortcut. Malinaw? Okay. Pangalawa, na not given.
Nakalagay sa question, Kevin's favorite fruit is apple. Hanap ako ng hanap. Pucha, paragraph 6 na. Hindi ko pa rin makita. Ang nakalagay lang, Kevin said that including a bowl of fruit in one's diet will improve the fiber intake and will help in digestion. Pero walang sinabi na apple yung favorite niya. Walang sinabi, walang binanggit, paasa siya, nagpapaantay siya sa wala naman palang iintayin. Di ba? May iniintay kang friend, magkikita daw kayo ngayon, alas 4 usapan, alas 7 na, di pa dumarating, tinawagan mo, ay ngayon ba yun? Di ba bukas? Putang ina, not given yan. Okay po, nagkakaintindihan. Alright. So, kaya po mahirap si not given kasi mahihilo ka kakahanap, wala naman siya doon. Ito yun. Okay? And sometimes we don't know when to give up. Kasi tayo mga Pilipino talagang hindi tayo sumusuko sa laban eh. Hanapin mo talaga yan kahit wala doon. No? So, meron ako ituturong technique mamaya. Paano ka susuko? Paano mo malalaman na wala ito pag-asa not given na to? Dito nabanggit talaga. Wala talaga itong ganun. No? Kasi may pinapahanap sa'yo, Kevin's favorite fruit is apple. Out of the 1,200 words, di mo siya makita. So dahil di mo siya makita, puta, ano mong mali sa akin? Lord, ba't di ko siya makita? Di ba? Kino-question mo na yung sanity mo. Kaya po mahirap talaga si not given. Because it wants you to find something that, it's not even there to begin with. How bullshit is that, right? Nakaka-bad trip yun. Kaya po siya mahirap. Clear? Okay. Ready na? Woo! Ready na po tayo. Okay. Huwag na natin gawing that's not to. The love card show na lang. Parehong shows. Yan. Yan. The lab card shows the student's name, course, and number. Sabi sa passage, name, course, number, year level. First, hindi to true. Tama? Okay, tell yourself this. The answer can never be true because there's an inaccuracy. Okay. So, anong sagot nyo, mga nasa Zoom? Type your answers on the chat box. Ang hindi po sumagot, mag-participate, mga nasa Zoom, ay mag-i-stay pa sa Pilipinas sa mga 3 years pa. 3 years ka pa dito, titiisin mo pa yung gobyerno natin ng 3 taon pa. Sige, tala ka. Okay? Uy, bilis nagsisagutan sila agad Sabi nila ay false. Sino ang nauna? Si Valerie. Naku, si Valerie si John Paul pala ang leader, Si John Paul ang nag-leader. So kung si John Paul pala ay tatalon sa bangin, susunod kayong lahat, So joke lang. So the answer here is indeed false. Correct. Bakit? Ayan nga. Year level? It's not in the question. This statement is not absolutely correct. And if it's not absolutely correct, it means false. Shortcut, kulang question, sobra passage, false. Ang simple, ang dali. Okay po? Kayang-kayang i-apply sa ating exam. Yeah. Level 2. Question. There are subversive elements in children's literature. Passage. Adults often fail to recognize subversive elements in book their children read. Okay lang.
Baka ayaw mo
Alright.
Pero masarap yun.
So, ang sagot nila, tingnan na po natin ang mga sagot ng ating mga participants. Not given. Uy. So, simulan natin kay Reynalyn, nag-not given. Si John Paul, not given. Ryan, Valerie, false. Not given si AJ, Angela, and everyone else. Okay. Ikaw, ma'am, anong sagot mo?
Not given.
Not given then. Okay. The answer is indeed not
given because you will not see this implication right here. Komplikado siyang ipaliwanag, I know. But if, in a simple sense, ang kiniklaim ng question is, may subversive elements daw ang children's literature. Sabi naman sa passage, hindi daw napapansin ng mga adults yung mga subversive elements ng children's literature. Or otherwise, hindi nila napapansin, hindi naman sinabi doon na, indeed, lahat ng children's literature may subversive elements. So this is too generalizing. Okay. Next, the ISTP study examined public and private systems in every city of the world. A new study conducted for the World Bank by Murdoch University Institute for Science and Technology, or ISTP, has demonstrated that public transport is more efficient than cars. The study compared the proportion of wealth poured into transport by 37 cities around the world. This includes both the public and private costs of building, maintaining, and using a transport system. What's our answer? True, false, or not given?
False.
Sabi ni ma'am, false. May sumagot na rin dito sa branch, dalawa. Uy! Si Angela at si Angel at si John Paul at si Valerie at silang lahat ay true. Ikaw sir, anong sagot mo? Nakakatuwa. In chorus silang lahat. No? True, okay. Anong sagot mo, sir? True na rin si sir. Si sir yung parang, ano kayo pinagkakaguluhan nila doon? Tara, doon na lang tayo sumapi sa relihiyon na yun. Ganun si sir, no? Madali siyang ma-pressure ng mass pressure. Si ma'am, remain false. Okay. Kung pangalan mo, ma'am?
Gay.
Gail. Okay.
G-A-Y, sir.
J?
G-A-Y.
Gay. Gay means happy. Okay. So, ang sagot po ay false. No, ang sarap pagpipitikin ng mga noon ng mga nasa Zoom. No? Pitikin ko kayo no? Shout out sa mga gigigil ako sa inyo, ano? Sino ba nagpasimuno nga? Tingnan muna natin. Ipasimuno dyan Si Angela ang pasimuno. Oh, sinimulan niya. Alam mo, Angela, kung magiging kang pastora, marami kang kaanib. Maging si Sir, ano mo, Sir? Ken. Pati si Ken, no? Sasapi si Ken. Dahil sa'yo, Angela. Okay? Kaya mo maging leader. No? Huwag ka na mag-ibang bansa, Angela. Mag-politician ka na dito. Kaya magtayo ka na ng relihiyon. No? Bakit false? Sabi sa question, every city. Sabi sa passage, 37 lang. Hindi mo nakita yon? Ilan ba ang city sa buong mundo? Nasa 180,000. 180,000 versus 37. The answer is false. Okay? Babawi. Ito yung question. Ito yung passage. Efficient cities can improve the quality of life for their inhabitants. Wala pang sumasagot sa Zoom. Sabi, ayoko mag-umpisa kasi ako'y sisisihin. No? Okay, mga taga-Zoom, pwede na kayo magsagot. Iuhuli ko si Ma'am Gay sumagot kasi siya yung tama kanina. Siya lang yung tama. No? Oh, sir. May sagot ka na, sir? Sir Ken? May sagot ka na? Uy, na naman, nagsimula si John Paul. True na naman lahat sila, oh. Okay. Sabi ni Elaine, teka nga, sasalungat ako sa tinatayo nilang relihiyon dyan, ano? So, at nag-false din si Ryan. Yung iba nalilito pa. Si AJ nag-false.
Ikaw, ma'am. Ma'am Gay.
May diwali ko eh.
Nag-fall si Christian. Nag-not given si Valerie. Uy! Si Reynolyn, nag-not given din. Uy, tatlo na, kompleto na tayo. May true, may false, may not given. Putang ina, may natututunan ba ito mga estudyante ko? Oh, Lord. Tingnan nyo nga, iba-iba yung alam nyo.
Oh.
Di ba? Si Angela, nagpahuli siya. Sabi, ayoko muna maging leader ng isang religion. Sabi ni John Paul, tricky daw. Hindi tricky yan. Sabi mo lang. Okay? Nakita niyo po ito? Efficient cities can improve the quality of life for inhabitants. Basahin ko. Efficient cities. Nakita niyo ba? Meron. Improve the quality of life. Creating better place to live. Attracting industry. True! Simply. Context lang. You just get it out of context eh. An inner city tram network is dangerous for car drivers. Eto, tuturo ko na sa inyo yung technique ha. Skip. Ha? Skip ito. Okay, papaliwanag ko kung bakit to skip. Maya. Okay pa, malinaw tayo dyan ha. Skip ito, skip. Sabi ni Angela, correct ako. Sumapi na kayo sa aking relihiyon. Sabi ni Angela. Right? In Melbourne, people prefer to live in the outer suburbs. Hinighlight ko na ng dilaw yan. Ha? Pag yan nag-iba-iba pa kayo ng sagot, tutok-tokan ko kayo, ewan ko na lang. No? Kung pwede lang pong mamalo sa Zoom namalo na ako Okay? Kung hindi nyo mag-get, sige, basahin yung buo. According to Professor Newman, the larger Australian city of Melbourne is a rather unusual city in this sort of comparison. It describes it as two cities, a European city surrounded by a car-dependent one. Melbourne's large tram network has made car use in the inner city much lower, but the outer suburbs have the same car-based structure as most other Australian cities. The explosion in demand for accommodation in the inner suburbs of Melbourne suggests a recent change in many people's preferences as to where they live. What's your answer gonna be? True, false, not given. Ma'am Gail. Gay. Sir, Ken. Ano naman kayo? Bago ko buksan yung Zoom. True si Sir. Come on. False si Ma'am. Gusto ko magkaaway. May true, may false. Ang gusto ko. Okay. False silang lahat. Except si Sir Ken. I-hot seat natin si Sir. Sir, bakit po kayo nag-true? Ano pong batayan mo at ang basihan mo dyan? Bakit ka nag-true? Okay? Gigisahin kita ngayon. Saan ka nakatira? Bungabon. Nagpunta ka dito sa eskwelahan na to para lang magsumagot ng true. Okay lang, may depensa ka bakit true ang sagot dyan. Diba? Umabol pa si Angela, false. Pahuli-huli ka, Angela. Okay? So, ang sagot po ay false. Sabi dyan, in Melbourne, people prefer to live in the outer suburb. Ngayon, dahil nga, nag-explode na yung demand ng accommodation sa inner suburb, nag-change na yung kagustuhan ng mga tao as to where they live. Mas gusto na nila sa inner suburb. Kaya po false ang sagot. Malinaw? Okay, gusto ko lang pong ipaliwanag itong skip. Pakita ko lang ha. Ayan. Ito, yung question number 1. Nandito po, si question number 1. Gagawin nating red para kitang-kita. Andito po si question 1. Mas okay ba yung dilaw? Yan ha. Andiyan si 1. Yung sagot sa 2, nandito. Yung sagot sa 3, nandito. Yung 4, in-skip. Tama ba? Si 4 yung in-skip po natin, correct? Tapos, nandito yung sagot sa 5. Sa last paragraph. Ang tawag po sa true, false, not given na to ay yung mabait na uri ng true, false, not given. This is an easier version, if I may. Since it's in chronological order. So what advantage can we get from a passage of a true, false, not given that is in chronological order? Ano kaya ang advantage ang pwede nating makuha? Yan. Diyan na papasok si Skip. So, ang question kasi dito kay Skip, no? Is that an inner city tram network is dangerous for car drivers. Nung binasa mo siya, sabi mo dyan, an inner city tram network, wala dito, wala dyan, wala dito, wala dyan. Teka, bago ako magsagot ng not given, i-make sure ko muna na this kind of true, false, not given is indeed chronological order. Or 1, 2, 3, 4 magkakasunod nag-a-appear yung answer. So again, anong advantage nga po ba ang pwede nating makuha? Nakita nyo na ang sagot natin sa 3 ay nandito. At ang sagot natin sa 5 ay nandito. So yung item number 4 na inner city tram network is dangerous for car drivers, yung answer dyan should exist somewhere between 3 and 5 lang. Napakarami ko ng tips na binibigay sa inyo. Nandyan lang po yan. Hindi yan mapupunta sa 2, hindi yan mapupunta sa 6, hindi yan mapupunta sa paragraph number 9. So natuturuan ko kayo kung saan lang kayo hangganan magbabasa. So nakita mo, teka, wala pa rin akong makita that an inner city tram network is dangerous for car drivers. That is the time that you answer not given. Sure na yan. Nagkakaintindihan? Okay? Mahirap yung question, hindi mo siya makita. Thankfully, chronological order kasi yung 1 paragraph 1, 2 paragraph 2, 3 paragraph 3, 4, teka lang, hindi kita makita, skip kita, 5 paragraph 4, dapat mag-exist lang ang sagot sa 4 between 3 and 5. Dahil confirmed na ito ay chronological order. Eh, hindi ko makita, sure na to, not given to. Andali, di ba? So, hindi na tayo masyadong mahihirapan kay not given. Malinaw? Please, gamitin niyo yan. Puta, nasasayang laway ko dito. Sigaw ko ng sigaw. Tapos, hindi niyo ang pinagagamit eh. Sikuhin ko kayo sa mukha eh. Ayun, nakita na yung sagot. Okay? Cities with high levels of bicycle use can be efficient. Maganda sana to eh. Magandang pag-awayan to eh. Efficient. When public transport is only averagely good. Bakit gusto ko sana tong tanong na to? Kasi yung reasonable but not special translates to only averagely good eh. Kaya maraming nalito dyan last time. Sorry, na-spoil ko agad-agad. So, hindi natin siya nasagot. So, true ang sagot dito sa part na to. Okay? Kaya mag-alala, marami pa ako dyan. Dito tayo. Yan. Scientists are interested in the effect of forestry on native animals. The answer is yes or true. A species is said to be extinct when only one individual exists. Turuan ko na kayo dyan. Sabi, a species become extinct when the last individual dies. Ito yung question. Ito yung passage. What's your answer? Unahin ko si Sir Ken. Mga Zoom, pwede na kayo mag-key ng answer nyo. Sir Ken, what's your answer?
True, sir.
True. Ken, ikaw sir, come on.
True.
True din si Ma'am Gay. Okay? Uy, 7 agad yung sagot nila, oh. Gigil na gigil itong mga taga-Zoom, oh. Easy lang kayo, guys. Okay? Sabi ni Angela, ni AJ True, sabi ni John Paul, ni Christian, ni Miles, ni Ryan, ni Elaine. Si Elaine, all caps talaga. False yan, no? Talagang galit na galit siya, no? Yan. So, meron pong nag-true. Sa mga nag-true, naiinis ako sa inyo. Dahil false ang sagot. Bakit? Tingnan nyo ha, kung babasahin nyo to sa question, extinct na daw pag may natitira pang isa. O, isulat ko yan, 1. Sabi naman sa passage, extinct na daw pag yung last individual namatay. Ano yun? 0. Anong symbol natin dyan? Oh, anong sagot dyan? Diba? False. Igil nyo ako eh.
Kasi yung passage na.
Ayan, extinction is a naturally occurring phenomenon. Mauna yung mga nasa Zoom. Okay? Anong sagot? Zoomies, let's go! Let's go, my Zoomies! Sino na una? Si Valerie, si John Paul, tama ba? Si Valerie, si Elaine, nag-false. Si Christian, si Miles, nag-true. Si Reynolyn, nag-not given. Si AJ, si Ryan, nag-false. Ikaw, sir, anong sagot mo? True din si sir, okay. Kung ko ba sa mga estudyante na to? Naiinis niyo ako lahat, ano? Niisip niyo ba kung bago kayo magsagot? Oh. Not given. Hanapin mo nga yung extinction is a naturally occurring phenomenon dito sa putang inang yan. Di ba? Nakita mo ba? Ayan, nakita mo ba yan? Ayan, nanggigigil ako. Hanapin mo nga dyan. Ayan. Basahin ko. Pag may nakita ka dyan, kahit yung salitang naturally, suntukin mo ako sa mukha. No? Pag nakita mo yung salitang naturally dyan, birahin mo ako sa nguso. Okay? Naturally. Ha? Saan yung mga mayayabang na yan? John Paul, Ryan, ayan ha? Hanapin nyo yung naturally. AJ, hanapin nyo. Hanapin nyo! Reynalyn, congrats, ikaw lang tumama. Diba? Wala ka namang nakita eh. Di wala. Di binanggit. Not mentioned. Not given. Kukit nyo eh. Sarap nyong pakan eh. Not given. May mga true, false pa kayo nalalaman. Ano ba, nanguhula ba kayo? Isipin nyo naman. Dito nakalaan yung kinabukasan nyo. Di ba? Oh, may anak ka na, ma'am? Ilan? Oh, may anak ka na? Ilan? 4. Di ba? Saan ka pupuntang bansa? Bermuda. O, dollars ang kikitain mo ikaw, ma'am, saan? New Zealand. NZD. Di ba? Pag-isipan nyo naman to. Pati ito, kakarating lang, nadamay. Yung salitang naturally, wala akong makita dyan. Sabi ko nga, pag may nakita kang naturally dyan, suntukin mo ako sa nguso, magpapasuntok ako sa iyo eh. Wala akong nakita, di wala nag-exist, not given. True, false. Titindi nyo. Confident na confident pa kayo eh. Di ba? Sabi ko nga sa inyo guys, there's a probability that each of the passage will contain somewhere around 4 to 5 true, false, not given. This is already 15 items. So kung mali mo lahat yon, 25 ka na lang. Hindi pa natin sure yung iba. Ilang target mo? 7. Ang layo mo na agad. Dahil ang 25, 6 lang. 5 yun kung GT. Dahil ang 6 ng GT, 30. Yikes. Tapos, tinitrip-trip nyo lang yung true, false, not given. Bahala kayo. Diba? Pag-isipan nyo naman. Tinuro naman sa inyo kung paano eh. Okay? Eto, GT level tayo. Yung mga kanina pong tanong, sige, kung ikaw ay GT, bibigyan kita kasi nga, academic level difficulty yung mga tanong kanina. O ngayon, dito tayo sa GT level difficulty. Question. The club has long-term dormitory accommodation. Basahin ko, International Students House is a unique club and accommodation center for British and overseas students in London. It is located in the heart of London's West End and is close to the public transport facilities. Accommodation, comfortable accommodation up to 450 people in single, twin, 3, 4-bedded and multi-bedded rooms. 44 self-contained flats for married students and families. Long and short stays are welcome. Anong sagot? Zoom. Nag-true. Si John Paul, nag-true. Si Angel, nag-true. Si Elaine, nag-true. Si Miles, Ma'am Gay. Nag-true. Si Ma'am Gay, nag-true. Si Christian, nag-true. Si Sir, dahil ang sagot naman talaga ay true. And simple, oh. Long and short stays, welcome. So may long ka ba nakita? Oo, long term, boom, true. Ganun lang. Ganun yung komplikado. 23. Membership must be renewed monthly. Hey, no? Membership costs are kept to an absolute minimum to enable the widest possible access. You can join for as little as 1 month and up to 1 year at a time. Membership entitles you to use the various facilities in the house. It has lahat ng asterisk. Sino unang sumagot? Tingnan nga natin to. Ito magiging leader. Si Valerie at si Elaine, mga nauna. Valerie for President, Elaine for Vice President, Miles for Senate President. False si Miles, okay? Si Ryan nag-true. Si Ma'am Gay, nag-not given si John Paul. Nag-not given si Reynolyn. Nag-not given si Ma'am Gay. Nag-true si Christian. So lahat ng Ricardo nandito, may true, may false, may not given. Hindi tayo magkasundo. Sabi ni Angela, not G. No? Angela, buuin mo yan. Bawal yung mga not G, mga ganyan, ha? Okay. Unang-una, babasagin ko muna yung trip ng mga not given kasi mga buwisit kayo. Nakalagay may membership eh. Sinabi ba yung membership? Ay oo. The given, true or false lang yan. O bakit false? O sinabi, 1 month. Diba? Sinabi 1 month. Pero option yun. Hindi siya must na monthly ka mag-renew. Dahil pag sinabing pwede ka mag-renew 1 month at 1 year, gusto ko magbayad ng pang 1 buong taon, 1 taon, di na ako kailangan mag-renew sa'yo monthly. Hindi kailangan buwan-buwan ang bayaran. Kaya false. Diba? O ngayon, nahihirapan na kayo ha? Lumalabas na ang totoo. Dito tayo magkakaalaman sa tanong na to. The club provided subsidized restaurant meals. Pag sinabing subsidized, bukod sa salitang free, Ibig sabihin po niyan, kasama dun sa binabayaran. Malinaw? Okay? Bukod sa salitang free, it means it is included in the fee that you pay for. Now, basa. Hindi ako magbabasa. Gamitin nyo ang mata. I'll give you a minute to decide whether it's true or false or not given. 1 minute. Mga Zoom members, kapag nakita nyo na yung answer, meron na kayo, decided na kayo sa answer, you can key in your answer already. Next, ano mo lang next? Okay, may sagot na po sila. Mga ma'am, sir. Sagot na po sila. Ikaw, may sagot ka? Not given, ikaw. Not given? Sabi ng mga nasa Zoom, uy, not given sila. Siguro not given, o, di ba? Sabi na kay Valerie, alam ko na iniisip ng mga yan eh. Nag-aantay lang kayo ng starter eh. Sa totoong exam, walang ganyan ha. Sabi ko sa inyo. Si Valerie not given, si Miles false, Reynolyn not given, AJ false, Ryan false, Zaizro false. Christian not given. The answer is not given. O bakit not given? Ang nilagay lang naman doon, restaurant. Pwede mong gamitin yung restaurant pero naman sinabi na free ang pagkain mo dito. Wala naman nakalagay. It's not included. Diba? O at least medyo natututo na kayo. Okay? Ano, Angela? Not G pa rin ba, Angela? Alright? But again ha, I'm glad na walang sumagot ng true. Yun lang naman, yun lang. Doon lang ako natuwa. Na kahit pa paano, nag-i-improve tayo mula sa start natin kanina, hindi na siya hati sa 3, 2 na lang. Kasi nakita nyo na, okay, it's no longer, there's a discrepancy. It's either a false, not given battle now. Ganun lang. So, next up. The club is open to non-members on Tuesday evenings. I'll give you 1 minute to think about it. Uy, may nauna na. Sino to? Si Valerie nag-true. Wow, sabi ni Valerie, ayoko mapahiya kay sir. Kasi sabi niya kanina, nauuna lang sila. Kaya ako nagmasagot ng ganyan. Sige, si Valerie ang laging mauuna. Ryan, si Angel, nag-true si Zaisro, nag-true si Christian. Ikaw, ma'am? Nag-true din si ma'am. Ikaw, sir? True. True na rin, okay? True na po tayong lahat. Dahil totoo naman, bukas ba siya sa Martes? Oo, true. Walang overthink, ganun lang kasimple. Okay? Another. Johnson has become more well-known since his death. Uy, sumagot agad, oh. False. Grabe na si Valerie. Talagang galit na siya. Sabi niya, di ako papayag na maging sunod-sunuran lang sa mga taga-branch. False si Christian, false si Ryan. Ito lang po yung pagbabasihan niyo dyan, ah. Famous in his own time as in ours. Ang sabi sa question, from the moment na namatay si Johnson, eto yon, sumikat daw siya. Mas sumikat siya. Sabi naman sa passage, eto yung fame ni Johnson noon, nag-fluctuate yan, pero ganun pa rin naman hanggang ngayon. So this is not the same. Answer is false. Ayan. Uy! For the first time, tayo po ay, si Angela. At saka si AJ. Hindi, yun pala yan. Si Valerie nga pala yung nauna. Okay, lahat po tayo ay nag-false. Okay, congratulations sa lahat. Johnson has been planning to write a dictionary for several years. I'll give you 1 minute to think about it. Hula ko si Valerie mauuna dito sumagot kasi galit talaga siya. Eh, Valerie, huwag ka na magalit sa amin, ha? Joke lang yung Valerie, okay? Saan yung sinina yan? Unahin natin ang sagot dito sa branch. Maano ba? Maliit? So, ang question is, Johnson had been planning to write a dictionary for several years. Si Valerie to, sabi ni, true. Sabi ni AJ, true. Si AJ ay dakilang tagasunod ni Valerie. Ayan. Joke na. Si Ryan, si Christian, true. What about you guys? Johnson had been planning to write the dictionary for several years. Not given daw si ma'am? Not given si Reyna Lynn? Actually, ang laki ng resemblance ng true at not given. By the way, I just want to highlight that. Nag-not given si Angela. Not G. Angela, ang dami mo ng not G today, ha? John Paul, nag-not given. Not given din si Ma'am Gay. So the answer is, indeed, not given. Okay? Dalawa naman po nabanggit na meron siyang planong gumawa ng dictionary for several years. Kahit nga yung salitang years, if I'm not mistaken ha, wala akong makikita dyang years. Kahit yung salitang years. Correct? Okay. Ito po sabi sa question, Johnson set up an academy. Ang sabi sa passage, without the establishment of an academy. Sabi pa, he did not need an academy. Anong sagot? Not given. False. O sabi sa question, nag-set up daw siya ng academy. Sabi dito, without academy, don't need an academy. O, opposite, di ba? So, false yun. Ito yung multiple choice, sampulan ko lang. According to the passage, which of the following statements is supported by recent research? Napping is an indicator of laziness, 2/3. Okay. Hanapin mo muna yung salitang research. Sir, wala akong nakitang research ano na nakita mo? Studies. Anong sabi ko sa'yo kanina? You will not see the words from the question the same way how it was written in the passage. Mako-convert yan into its synonym. Tawag natin doon ay paraphrasing. Okay? Recent studies are showing that if we can take a 15 to 30 minute nap while at work in the afternoon, you'll be more alert, more energetic, happier doing what you do, more productive, and therefore more likely to get ahead. So, napping daw is indicator of laziness. Hindi. 2/3 of Americans sleep too much. Hindi rin. Napping in the workplace is the current trend. No. Short naps at work increase productivity. Bakit? O yung bang 15 to 30 minute short nap? Yes. at work, di ba? While at work, check. Tapos increase productivity, nasan yun? More productive. So the answer is letter D. Ganun lang pong kadali ang multiple choice. O balik na naman tayo sa true false. Not given. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Okay. Number 2. The number 1 cause of car accidents is fatigue. The number 1 cause of car accidents is fatigue. Ulitin natin. The number 1 cause of car accidents is fatigue. Ayan na, tatanggalin ko na lahat ng noise. Let's remove all the unnecessary. Ayan na po, na-pinpoint mo na. Saan ka magbabasa? Ito ang tanong. The number 1 cause of car accidents is fatigue. Ito si question. Ito si passage. What is it gonna be? I'll give you 30 seconds. Like pucha, di mo na hanapin eh, ano? Tutukain ka na, no? Alright. Okay, may sumagot na sa Zoom. Anong sagot mo, ma'am? False. Ang sagot ng mga nasa Zoom, false. Si Valerie not given. Nag-false si Lorena Lynn, John, si AJ. Okay. Okay, ang sagot po natin ay false. Bakit? Bakit po false? Anong sabi sa question? Number 1 cause is fatigue. Fatigue and sleepiness are synonymous in this context. Pero ang sabi niya, yes, sleepiness is a leading cause. It's not saying that the most leading one, but it's second only to drunkenness. Ang sabi sa question, fatigue 1. Ang sabi sa passage, fatigue or sleepiness 2, drunkenness 1. So, kaya po ang sagot dyan ay false because they are technically not the same. Wala, ano yan? May mga ipo-ipo na. No? So, once again, huwag po kayo matatakot. Pag nakita kayo ng mga ganyang planeta, ipo-ipo, normal lang po yan. Ha? Okay. Choose no more than 2 words. So, meaning, we are not allowed to answer with 3 words. 2 is our maximum. So, huwag kayong matakot sa ganyan. Nakalagay sa 1 km. Nakalagay sa 2 km. So, we just have to find the measurement from here to here. So, pagpunta mo sa passage, napakasimple. Nakita ka agad, 2 km. Basahin mo yon. The distance from the equator to the pole is 10,000 kilometers. Go back to the passage. Ito yung pole. Ito yung equator. 10,000. Since km has already been provided. Now, ceiling height to the beginning of the stratosphere is only about 10. So, ito siguro yan. Ceiling height, stratosphere, 10. Ang sagot mo lang sa 2 ay 10. Now, ano yung 3? Ano yung mga ipo-ipo na yan, no? So, the air, therefore, splits up into several smaller loops, or ang tawag dyan ay convection cells. Between the equator and each pole, there are 3 such cells. Tingnan niya natin, 1, 2, 3. And the movement is from north to south. Mula taas, pababa, oo. So, anong tawag daw sa cells na yon? Convection cells. So, anong sagot sa 3? Convection cells. See, it's not that difficult. Huwag masyado matatakot sa mga ganyan. Ha? Okay, kayang-kaya yan. Balik tayo sa true, false, not given. Yes po, wala pong kamatayan to hanggat hindi po ito tumatatak sa isipan ng bawat isa. Pero this time around, hindi na natin ito sasagutan. Gusto ko lang pong i-highlight again yung tinatawag nating answers that appear in chronological order. Look at item number 1. Item number 1, the answer is in paragraph 3. And the answer is yes. Okay, ganun lang po ha. Gusto ko lang maipakita sa inyo. Item number 2, the answer is in paragraph 4. And your answer is no. Item number 3 is your skip. Because after reading the question and you banged it against the passage, you can't seem to find the context where to get the answer from. So you skipped it. You decide to skip it. Again, hindi pa po yun yung sagot ha. 3 is your skip. 4 is your paragraph 5. And your answer is no. So, ano lang pong ibig sabihin yan? Okay? That your answer should appear in chronological order to that of the passage. Now, here's the thing. You skip number 3. It's not making sense in the first place. You decide to return. Remember that since this is in chronological order, your item number 3 should be between paragraph 4 and 5. You can read from the beginning of paragraph 4 until the end of paragraph 5. And if you can't see any context, any mention of it whatsoever, it's time for you to decide that indeed, this is a not given answer. Clear? Okay. And that's about it. So, salamat po sa mga nag-participate sa ating Zoom. Mag-on po tayo ng camera. Popost ko to sa ating tawag dito Facebook group. Kunwari masaya tayo, inggitin natin sila. Tayo ay natuto sa araling ito. Yan. You know, nagdadamit pa yung iba, oh. Sabi ko, kailangan pala magdamit dito. Teka, lagay ko muna kayo sa isang ano ba magandang ano dito? More. Show caption, transfer to room. Paano ba yun? Ha? Yun. Tako na. Gallery. Yung. Virgin, ba't di ka sumasagot, ha? Gusto mo ba manatili sa Pilipinas ng 3 taon? Teka lang ha, dynamic, immersive tayo. Saan ba magandang tumambay dito? Dito. Ay, dito. Pan 13, sakto. Ay, sobra ng isa pala. Ito tayo sa 18. Yan. Okay! So, si John Paul, Angel, Christian, Zaisro, Ryan, Valerie, yan. Magpakita na po kayo sa camera. Parang hindi okay ito, ah. Saan ba masayang tumambay? Dito tayo. Yan. Yun! Diba? Sa Zaisro, si AJ, Angel, Elaine. Reynalyn. Si Miles. Si Ryan. Yung pala yung mga itsura nyo, ano? Pagka hindi kayo naliligo. Ano? Maginaw eh, no? Muulan eh. Tama ba? Okay. Hindi makita yata si hubby mo, Angela. Hindi siya ma-detect ng Zoom. Ayun na, okay. Alright. AJ, Valerie, and Elaine. John Paul. Natatawa si Miles. Miles, ba't nagtatawanan mo kami, Miles? Ha? Okay, ready na kayo? Picture tayo. Pahig ba kayo niyan? Pinagtatawanan kayo ni Miles? Smile! Okay, isa pa. Alisan na natin immersive. Gallery na lang tayo. Yon. Okay, smile. Natatawa din si Virgin, no? Virgin, huwag mo kami pinagtatawa ng Virgin. Alright. So maraming po salamat. Have a nice day. God bless and good luck on your exams. Bukas po, mas mahirap ang ang topic. So, writing. The topic is, do you think the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? If not, it's not, kung hindi siya yung isa sa pinakamahirap, siya yung pinakamahirap as in. So, kita po bukas. Have a nice day. God bless. Bye-bye.